just different.
Yeah, you already know what it is. Pure money, baby. I keep a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Come and hang with the gang. Get some free game added to your mainframe. Gotta keep your mind sharp, we gotta maintain. And it's even better when the squad on the same thing. Steady swishing on the competition. We ain't tripping about the opposition. We on a mission and we got a vision. People in need, we believe we got a lot. I give a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me.
Hey, what's going on, good people? I hope that you guys are having an amazing start to your week thus far. We are here yet again with another segment of our Dollars to Cents podcast, our Wednesday segment where we actually go over government contracting. And today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some insider tips and tricks that I utilize to help me with government contracting. It's helped me generate well over $1 million, and you guys could do this as well. So make sure that you guys are hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button, but most importantly, share this live segment out with 3 other small business owners who are looking to get themselves involved with government contracting so they can get a little breakdown of what's going on here. And of course, they can ask their questions and get them answered while we are here live. If it's your first time here, I appreciate you hanging out with us. We are here Tuesday through Thursday at 8:30 p.m., a little bit late today. We're usually here at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time zone. Once again, Tuesdays is more of the business and mindset. Wednesdays is government contracting. And Thursdays is dedicated to our software, SB Money Flow. All the videos are here on YouTube. They won't be here for long, but while they are here, you guys are more than welcome to go back and watch those replays as much as you can. Don't forget to visit dollars, the number 2, the word cents, and join our community. It's completely for free, and you can get and stay updated with all of the information that we got going on here. Also, while you are listening, be sure to let us know where you are listening in from in the chat. It's always a great time to get your networking on. You never know who is listening, who's watching on replay, or who's watching on live. So take it as a time to get your networking out. And last but not least, if you know that you're going to be a millionaire in 2024, I need you to put that in the comments. I am a millionaire, because it all starts with you. You got to believe that you are going to be a millionaire in order to achieve this thing, especially if we're talking about government contracting. It's probably going to push you to levels that you've never been at as far as emotionally, mentally. And if you don't believe that you can get over that hump, like most people don't, you'll tuck your tail and turn around the other way, and you'll probably go back and do something that's a little bit more easier in your mind. It's easier. You'll just go back to work because that's the easy way out. But I'm telling you guys, government contracting is not difficult, okay? I want to make that statement right now. Government contracting is not difficult. It's just new information. You've never learned how to do business with this customer before. You know how to do business. Well, you should know how to do business, okay? Understand this is just a customer. They got some parameters on how to do business with them. But at the end of the day, if you know how to do business, then you're going to know how to work with this customer. That's it. And we all can do it. It just takes a learning curve. That's it. And you as an adult human being, you got this thing in between your shoulders called the brain. And the brain can figure out how to adjust and work with the world's largest customer that spends over $3.54 trillion each and every year. So hopefully you guys tune in today as I give you guys these tips and tricks that have helped me out, and you guys can get the ball rolling with that. I don't know, my camera system is tripping today. I don't know what's going on with Ecamm Live, man. They got some bugs going on. All right, but anyways, let's see who we got in the building before we dive in here. Nadir, what's going on, my brother? Pleasure with you being here. Z, millionaire in the building. What's happening with you, Z? Got my brother Big Face Trucker. What's happening with you out there in the A? Timothy, what's happening with you, my brother, out there in Houston, Texas? We got Kevin out in Charlotte, North Carolina. I appreciate you being here with me today, Kevin. Hey, Dr. Davis, thank you for these live events you do. You have played a huge role in helping break this government contracting down. Really appreciate it. I appreciate you being here, and I'm glad that you are tuned in and you're catching valuable information of what we put out here. That's what it's all about. So I appreciate you. Appreciate you taking the action on the information that you're learning here. All right, guys, let's get ready to dive into this thing. If you happen to be watching on Instagram, you're going to probably want to click the link in my bio or go visit travisknows.com. Then click on the YouTube logo and you'll be able to see the wider screen, because one of my biggest tips and tricks to mastering GovCon is you're going to need tools. Can you do it without tools? Yes, you can. I did not have any tools when I got started with government contracting, so I don't want to make it that you have to have tools. But you're going to need tools to keep growing. Like, you don't need a tool to win a contract, but you're going to need some type of system and tools in place to keep scaling and keep moving forward. Else you're going to drop the ball. You're going to drop the ball over and over and over again, because government contracting is more so about the person who can stay organized. The person who can stay organized and follow up with the right individuals will be the one who wins in this space. Now, when I first got started, things weren't moving as fast as they are now. People's attention span was a lot longer than they are now. So you have to adjust with today's time, and today's time, you better have things in place that can capture people's attention. You can serve and deliver to them exactly what they need when they need it, because their attention span is very small. Now, there's no difference when we talk government contracting. We have to remember government contracting is working with a person that's sitting inside the government. You're not working with the entire government. You're not working with every agency inside of the government. Every agency operates differently. The way that Department of Energy operates is not the same way that NIH operates. It's not the same way that the Army operates. It's not the same way that the White House operates. Yes, they are all under the government helm, the vehicle, but they're all different people. And then once we get inside of the White House, there's 30,000 people inside of the White House. 30,000 people did not all go to the same school. They did not all get raised the same way. They do not all have the same parents. So since we know that, we understand that each person that we're going to sit down in front of that is over this thing called money that solves problems, well, they've learned things in their own manner. They have their own definition to what cybersecurity is. They have their own definition to what construction looks like. They have their own definition to what admin services are or what trucking and logistics looks like. It's our duty to understand what their definitions are. Once we can understand what their definitions are, we'll know how to transact with them. And then you'll understand you're transacting with a person, not the government. And the faster that we can get this understood, the easier government contracting is going to be. Because you will not bring a capability statement and try to cater it to every person that you see. It drives me crazy that people say they got one capability statement. Like, this capability statement is your business card to explain to the decision maker you know what you're doing. So for you to have one generic capability statement and sit it in front of a decision maker and you didn't take your time out to understand the way that they've been educated on whatever your niche industry is, well, that's lazy. And that's why you're not winning, because you're a lazy business owner. And Travis don't work with lazy business owners. You can keep watching the videos and, you can get riled up and, but if you're a lazy individual, nothing that I'm going to teach you is going to work. I'm just going to make that known right now. We don't work with laziness over here. Everything works if you work it. But if you don't work it, guess what? It still works too. It's not working for you in your favor, but it works. Now, since we understand what I just told you, that everybody is different, the very first thing to master in government contracting is it starts with the research. Somebody type research in the chat, man. That is where it all starts at. If you're not willing to do your research first, none of what's about to happen next will matter, right? Can you win a contract without researching? Yes, you can. Can you win a couple of contracts without researching? Yes, you can. Will you survive and stay in this game without researching? No, you will not. You may win a laundry contract for $60,000, but what are you going to do tomorrow? You may win some stupid contract to sell paper and you celebrated $32,000 win, but what are you going to do tomorrow? See, your method of contracting is you're hustling. And every day that you wake up, you just praying that the man upstairs bring you an opportunity because he tried to show you that it is possible for you to work with this customer. He awarded you the contract, but then you became lazy again. You just thought it was just all supposed to fall in your lap. But if you would have just did the research, you would have noticed all of the contracts that are literally waiting for you. So when I say research, the first thing I'm thinking about, what is it that you want to do? This has nothing to do with the government. What do you want to do? Do you want to sell products? If you do want to sell products, what type of products do you want to sell? Do you want to sell military equipment? Do you want to sell firearms and large explosives? Do you want to sell healthcare products? Do you want to sell office supplies, tech supplies? But you can't sell it all. This is where I don't understand why individuals think that they can become Amazon. How many Amazons have you seen out there? I think it may be just one. And of course, you got Alibaba and all of this stuff. They're on their own playing fields. But maybe we got 3 Amazon type companies out here in the entire world. I ain't talking the U.S. If we just talk U.S., there's one Amazon and then there's a Walmart. And then you got Target and things of that nature that fall off. But for the most part, it's really only like 4 mega stores out of 330 plus million people in the United States. There's only 4 mega stores like that. And why you think that you can become one of them? And you ain't never sold nothing a day in your life. That don't make sense. So instead, we got to start to focus. What products do you want to sell? And it'll change the way that we look at things. If you're a service-based business, what service are you going to sell? But what you cannot do is tell me, hey, Travis, well, look, I'm in the trucking and logistics business and, we do dispatching right now. And I would like to dispatch trucks or whatever type of trucks in that logistics field. I would like to dispatch trucks, but then I want to do cybersecurity over there. And, I seen a healthcare contract because I got a friend that's a registered nurse and I think I could do some healthcare stuff over there. And, by the way, I seen some solar panels with the energy and I want to do that too, because I got a friend who has a connection with solar energy company and I want to do that part too. Well, I don't know why you think that you could do all of that. Keep listening to the people on the internet. Matter of fact, I take it back. Can you do all of that? Yes, you can. I don't ever want to tell somebody that they cannot do something. Yes, you can do that. Will you succeed that way? Probably not. Based off statistics, individuals who go down that route and try to do everything end up doing nothing. Their doors end up closing. because they never build the relationships. They never build the resources out that they could get the products or the service at the best pricing. They can't get it at the best pricing because they won't focus. Instead, they clicking the buttons, and the first thing that they see, that's the one that they want to go with, and that's usually the highest price. So you don't get any deals. We have to focus in and say, okay, based off the product and service that I want to do, before we even go through any government systems, you could just say loud out of your mouth, based off the product or service that I want to supply, what agency in the government should be utilizing that? If you want to educate people on finances, well, why the hell should you be looking for the Army to be your customer? They go to war. Is it people in there who need to learn about financing? Absolutely it is. Do they have financial educational courses? They probably do. But is that the first thing that they're thinking about when they come to the Army? No. So you just got to ask yourself, well, who needs financial education the most? Well, maybe it's the school system, so maybe I should look at Department of Education first. Maybe it's the vets when they're done with the military, and the military ain't thinking about using them for war anymore, and they have to come out here and be model citizens. Well, maybe I should probably look at the VA services. Maybe I understand people who need financial education and going through hard times are probably people living in HUD housing. So I should probably go talk to HUD. See, now things start to change all of a sudden. I'm not working with the entire government. I'm finding the agency that whatever my product or service can solve, I need to know who they are, because I got to learn how to work with them. If I don't learn how to work with them, again, I end up working with nobody, because the government is not one standard customer. The government is made up by thousands of different customers, and we got to find out who they are. So again, it starts with the research. Now here with SB Money Flow, guys, we've expedited this whole research thing, and I'm not even going to go through the free resources of what you can use to find these government contracts and the research, because I don't do that no more. I told you I'm all about speed. I got videos on my YouTube channel that you could go back and figure out how to utilize the free resources out here, but I don't have time for that anymore. So we're only going to talk about speed and success. So the first thing I'm going to do is get started with SB Money Flow. I'm going to come here to Pure Money AI. I want somebody to put in the chat, tell me what your niche industry is. Tell me what it is that you want to do. If you know your next code, that's even better. But put in the chat, what is your business? If you wanted to sell a product or a service, put it in the chat. And we're going to use you guys as a case study tonight. And I'm going to show you guys how I would go about doing business in your industry, and how I would utilize SB Money Flow to make it happen here. Foam, that is a different one. What is foam? I don't know. Yeah, what would foam be? Is that like manufactured foam supplies? I don't know. I gotta get a little bit more understanding of what foam is. And I messed up. I said next code, guys. I can't tell you what next codes are just based off the next code. So y'all gonna have to actually tell me what the industry is. Trucking. Everybody's saying trucking. I've already did trucking. We're gonna do foam. We're gonna do foam. I don't know nothing about foam. So it'll be good to play around with here. All right, so let's go. We're going to come here to Pure Money AI. So once you get inside of SB Money Flow, we're going to come here to Pure Money AI. We're going to come down here to the prompt library. If you guys are watching on Instagram, once again, I highly advise you to click the link in my bio or visit travisknows.com. Click on the YouTube logo and come to YouTube so you can actually see a bigger screen of what I'm doing. And let me zoom in here. All right, so once I get here to Pure Money AI, I'm coming down here to the prompt library. Once I get to the prompt library, I'm clicking here, and I'm going to do how to get started with GovCon. Amber, what state and city are you located in? Put that in the chat. What state and city are you located in? All right. And hopefully if we got time, I'll go through some of the other industries here quickly that I see you guys put it in here. A lot of interesting industries that you guys are put it in here. And hopefully you guys are paying attention to the individuals. I've seen quite a few trucking in there. All right, so we got Los Angeles, California. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to put California, California. I spell like Ocho Cinco. And then we're going to go Los Angeles. Oops, probably spelled that wrong too. It's all good. All right, then we're going to hit next. All right, so the first thing that I need to do is figure out how to get registered in the systems. Okay, that's going to be the first thing. We know that we're going to do business with the government. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The government is on 3 different levels. It's really like 5 different levels. Okay. But anyways, everything starts with Big Daddy at the top, which is the federal government. All right. That's where we're going to get our business. I am assuming that you've already did the whole IRS thing and got your EIN number. I ain't going down that route. I'm predicting that you were smart enough to already get that done. Okay. If you don't know anything about that, you probably shouldn't be trying to do government contracting right now. You need to go back to the ground floor and figure out like what is a business or something. All right. But anyways, once you do that, we need to go to sam.gov and we have to register your business with the federal government. They're going to give you a UEI number once you get registered right there. During that process, you're going to identify your NAICS code. So whatever your business is, you could go to NAICS.com, NAICS.com, and figure out your NAICS code. Or I'll show you guys another way of doing your research first, finding out who already won the contracts of what you are doing, and that'll tell you what your NAICS codes are. With the NAICS codes, you can have as many NAICS codes as you want, but you want to try to get the NAICS codes that are in your industry. It could be multiple NAICS. It should be multiple NAICS codes. I probably have about 9 NAICS codes for my tech industry, and then I got probably about another 8 NAICS codes that are under my SAM profile, but I don't really put it on my marketing material unless I'm going to go sit down in front of a customer that needs that NAICS code. Outside of that, I usually just use all of my IT NAICS codes. All right. You're going to search for contracting opportunities on sam.gov. Beta.sam.gov is no more. It's just sam.gov. And then that's also where we're going to be submitting our proposals based off the RFPs that we read or RFQs that we read on sam.gov. When it comes to the state of California, okay, again, I'm not in California, but I'm pretty sure this is the right information. You can tell me if it's wrong or not. But you're going to register your business with Cal eProcure, okay? You're going to obtain a DUNS number. Maybe California still wants you guys to have that. You're going to search for contracting opportunities on that at Cal eProcure. So I know Maryland is called EMA, okay? So Virginia is called EVA. Cal is called ECAL, I guess. Yeah, or Cal eProcure, sorry. And that's also where you're going to be submitting those government contracts opportunities. Then you got your city government. Okay, that's the Los Angeles government. So federal, state government, and then city or county government right here. Los Angeles, you need to get your business registered in the Los Angeles Business Assistance Virtual Network, BEVN. Okay, you need to, again, make sure we got that DUNS numbers, which we should already have. And you're going to search there for contract opportunities, and you're going to submit right there. Now, here's the paperwork that you need to have in place. Okay, in order to make all of this happen, to submit your bid, you got to have a RFP, request for proposal. That's the only way that we're going to be able to respond to opportunities. We have to find the opportunity that the government put out there, and we have to respond to it the exact way that they told us. In that response, you should have something called a technical approach. You should have a cost proposal. You should also have a business plan, especially if we're going to be getting certifications and things of that nature, you're going to need a business plan. You're going to need all of your financial statements. Okay. So get in the habit of this. This is why I tell you guys to get QuickBooks and things of that nature. Because if you don't have a system for your accounting and your books, we're not going to be able to grow. I just already know when people tell me, that they're making $1 million and they ain't got no system, I just label you as a liar. Because you can't count to $1 million. I can't count to $1 million. And I don't mean talking about 1, 2, 3, 4. Like we can do that to count to $1 million. But when you got $1 million going through your organization of business, there's going to be so many transactions that are happening. We talking about payroll. We got insurances. We got softwares that we should be paying for. We got employees that are coming out. We got contractors. We got office expenses, cell phone bills. Like you can't count all of that. You got taxes that's going on. It's impossible that you're going to be able to count all of that. And businesses try it every day. I don't know why they try it. That's why they end up failing. So we need a system like a QuickBooks. I'm not saying that you got to get QuickBooks, but we do need something like that. And if you guys would like to get a deal on QuickBooks, you can visit travisknows.com. And there's a link right there for QuickBooks. Absolutely, I do get affiliate commissions off of that. But you guys get a deal of getting QuickBooks for like 3 months when you use that link. So if you don't have a system for books in place, QuickBooks is definitely something that I want you guys to take a look at. All right. You're going to need past performance information. Like you guys should have documents, Word documents of all of your past performance that you've ever done. If you've never been awarded contracts through your company yet for your past performance, your resume is going to be your past performance. And any work that you've done for any organizations, you got to now adjust your mind. This is a completely different way of thinking. You have to say, okay, you are the employee of the business. There's 2 different entities that's going on here. The business as a whole that you own, but the business is its own standalone entity that it houses anybody who comes under and works for it. Technically, that's what the business can do. Okay. So now since we got this entity over here on its side, the entity now owns its first employee, which is you. Since you are its first employee, you can now take your resume and everything that you've done as a worker, the business knows how to do, and it has past performance of executing it. Now, this may shock some people and you may not get a complete understanding of what I'm talking about, and that's okay. But for individuals who can understand that concept of what I'm telling you, now you got your past performance. How many of you guys understand what I'm saying right there? Type a me in the chat if you understood what I just told you right there about past performance. If you've never gotten a contract under your business and you're the first employee and you're the first worker for the business. So if you're just doing trucking or you're doing logistics, or we're talking about foam right now, whatever you've done before, that's how we're going to explain that our business did it. Not that you did it, but the business has performed that. And now you can move a whole lot faster. All right. You should know your terms and conditions for all of your subcontractors. If you're going to have subcontractors, if you're going to be the sub and you're looking at a prime, they should have their own terms and conditions. You should know all of your insurance requirements. Okay. If you don't have insurance at this moment, you don't really need to get the insurance until you got the opportunities that you're going to go after. Now, shout outs to my guy, Primo. Primo is my insurance agent. And, I have a good relationship with my insurance agent, and you guys should too. This helps with your whole business. My insurance guy, I go hang out with him. I break bread with him. We eat together, drink together, have a good time. And the reason why is because I can pick up the phone and get the business done with insurance when I need. So if I need more insurance the day that I need it, I don't have to go look for an insurance rep. I pick up the phone, I call him, we can get the paperwork for the insurance done like right now. You build those type of relationships by having your car insurance, your homeowner insurance, and your business insurance all under one realm. And now you open up the relationship. If you don't have insurance for right now at this moment, too, things that you could think about is making sure that your subcontractors have insurances in place or your prime contractor. There's ways around things if you don't have the money for the insurance levels at this time. Okay. But somebody got to have some insurance in place. And you really, guys, you don't want to do business without insurance. We are in America. People love suing for everything. And that's what the insurance is going to do. It's going to protect you from getting sued. But know how much the insurances are out there because that's what we need to do moving forward. Add a phone number to get back into Instagram. Dang, Instagram shut me down. I don't think I'm live on there no more. My bad, guys. Hold on. Trying to see if Instagram really kicked me out. 416970. I think IG kicked me up out of here. All right. Anyways, you got all of your additional documents right there that you can follow up with. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just down on Instagram. My bad, guys. So that's how we're going to get started. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is foam. I still got to, what is the NAICS code for foam? It's okay. I didn't spell what's right. All right. So I guess we are still live on Instagram. Okay. Foam can refer to various products or services, so the NAICS code may vary. However, one possible NAICS code is this. I wonder if Amber put this, I think she put her NAICS code in there. Let me see. Is that the NAICS 326? Yep, that's the NAICS code that she said. See how smart AI is? I told you I don't know anything about foam, so y'all can see that the AI knows what it's talking about. All right. My bad, I may be echoing there, so let me take that out there. All right, so anyways, now I know the NAICS code that I want to work with. Okay, I'm going to say, just to double check, is the NAICS code give me any other NAICS codes that go with that? All right, so here are the other NAICS codes that you may be looking into, you know, since you're in that industry. Also, the government possibly could take foam type contracts and put them under some of these other NAICS codes as well. This is why we got to understand our customer. Okay, now that I got that right there, the next thing that I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to go back to my SB money flow. All right, Then I told you everything's about speed, guys. I'm not teaching you guys those free resources. You can go watch my other YouTube videos and figure out how to do things for free. I don't have time for that. All right, so we're going to the paid system that I have, and we're expediting all of this research learning curve. So the AI just told us exactly what we should be looking for. The next thing I'm going to do is your NAICS codes are going to be programmed for your profile, so you wouldn't have to worry about that. But since, you know, we do something different, it had my NAICS code. So 326, 326, 326. All right, so that's the industry. I'm going to come here and I'm going to do 326. All right, and I believe, man, there's a lot of 326s. Okay, so let me see, where was I? 326, 150, 199, and 291. 150, 199, and 291. 150. What's it? 191. I forget what the other one was. Oh, that was 199 and 291. All right, that's fine. 199 and 291. 291. All right, so I got those right here. I can see so far in 2024, we got $2.7 million spent with the VA. We got the Treasury and Department of Homeland. Those are going to be the three agencies that I'll be working with. Now, does that mean every contract is foam? No, that does not. But these are the top three agencies that are spending in that NAICS code. Okay. The next thing I want to do is also look back here in 2023. I want to see what happened for a full term year. And we got DOD spent 24 million. We got the VA spent 19 million, and we got Treasury with 6.8. I may throw in DOT as well, just because I'm not sure what foam and DOD has going on right there. So bam, I got those. Now I got an idea. Those are my top three agencies moving forward. The last thing I want to do is I want to go back 4 years. Okay. So if we're in 2024, I want to go back and I want to look at 2020 or you could say 2019. We'll do 2019 because that puts me 5 years for 2024, which means that opportunity should be coming up for recompete. So in 2019, we had the VA, DOD, Department of Transportation. So it's still the top three agencies. So I know that my agencies are correct. So I'm going to come back here. As I'm looking in 2019, I'm also going to scroll down here and I'm going to look for the 10 businesses that are excelling right now with those agencies utilizing the work that I want to do. So now I got potential partners and I got people to cheat off of. Y'all know we cheat over here. If y'all understand about cheating, somebody type cheat in the chat. Okay, these are the companies that we're about to build ourselves to look like. We're going to make our marketing material like them. We're going to make our website like them. Our capability statement is going to be like them. The way that we explain our foam business, it will get explained exactly how this company explains how they do their foam business. Why? I'm asking you guys a question. Why the heck would I want to explain how my company does foam business just like this company that does foam business? Does anybody have any idea of why I'm not worried about how I got educated on my foam business, but yet I want to pay close attention to these businesses right here? Can you see the answer of why I want to cheat off of these businesses? Not Travis' business, because I told you Travis don't do foam. Do I make millions of dollars in government contracting? Yes, I do. Okay. But Travis makes millions of dollars in government contracting doing IT work, not foam work. So you shouldn't make your company look like mine. The answer is right here. I don't have to guess whether this individual knows how to do the foam work. It's telling me that they won $8.2 million. $4.8 million, $1.1 million in that industry. So who better to cheat off than the people who are winning millions of dollars in the industry that I want to do? And not only are they winning it in the industry that I want to do, but they're winning it with the customers that got my money. So if I make myself look like them, the learning curve of the customer that I'm about to go sit down in front of shortens. The trust that the customer that I'm about to go sit down in front of gets built faster because when they read my capability statement, when they read my website, it looks like the people that they've been awarding money to already. The next thing I'm going to pay attention to is when does my customer spend the money? Now, remember, the government doesn't go in our Q1 like January 1st is not Q1. October 1st is Q1. We're about to get ready to go into Q3 right now, whether you guys know it or not. So at the end of March, going into April, January, February, March ends Q2. Q3 starts up April 1st. So now I look through here. Well, based off 2019, it looked like the yellow Department of Transportation, they spent a lot of money in Q2. Then the Department of Defense spends a lot of money in Q3. Now, I want to change this right here and go back up to 2014 so we can look at a little bit other things. So now I look at Department of Defense. Where were we at? Department of Defense. All right. So in 2023, Q3 and Q4, they had a spike in spending. Q2 and Q1 was a little bit lower. They spent money, but the spike didn't happen until Q3, Q4. Let me take a look at 2022. Did the same thing happen? Well, a spike of spending happened in 2024 and it went up, in Q4 and Q3. In Q2 and Q1, it was a little bit lower. So in my mind, I understand that my customer likes to spend new money in Q3, Q4. That means in Q2, Q1, I should have been doing all the networking. I should have been doing all the kissing hands and shaking babies and preparing myself for Q3, Q4 because it's coming and it's coming in hot. And you will notice every one of these agencies, except for somebody like the VA, they seem to be pretty steady when they spend, right? All throughout the year. But you can see even them, they have spikes in Q3, Q4. Usually because that's when the budget gets signed and cleared. Like the budget just got signed, whether you guys know it or not, it's been getting patched this whole time. So it just got signed. So now they're ready to spend all that money Q3, Q4. And they have to get rid of all the money by September 31st, 30th, whatever the ending date is. Every single penny that was in the budget must be spent by 11:59 on the dot. And they literally give out contracts all the way up to 11:59 on the dot because it's a use it or lose it method. So once again, I'm seeing my customer spends money Q3, Q4. My strategic plan needs to be I'm shaking hands and kissing babies all Q1, Q2. Because Q3, Q4, I already know the contracts that are coming out and we've been preparing for it. That's where this research comes into play. Now, also what I'm going to be able to do is click right here on the company. Okay, I can get their business address and all the information that I could possibly grab on them, all of their certifications and things of that nature, so I know exactly how to partner with them. I can also see when they are getting paid. So this gives me an idea of their marketing strategy. I know usually in Q3 or, Q2 right here, Q1, Q2, this is their downtime too. I can see Q3, Q4 is when, they really go in and start getting those contracts. So if I'm reaching out to them in Q4 and I want something done, the odds of them listening to me is going to be slim to none because I'm looking at their business and I know they got their head down focused in Q4. They don't have time to listen to me. So if you try to approach these individuals, in Q4 and you wonder why it ain't working, right? Because they got a multi-million-dollar business going on. They don't have time to listen to your sob story. And that's another thing. Nobody cares about your story. Just because you're hearing about it, don't nobody got to work with you. Like this is a different space. Nobody has to do anything for you. So don't think just because you called them that they got to answer your email or pick up the phone for you or they got to listen to you. You got to learn how to talk. You got to learn that elevator pitch. You only got a couple seconds to spark a millionaire's attention. So you better know what the hell you're talking about. This is why we're going to start with the research first. So we ain't just rambling on and, Travis, I want to get involved with government contracting. I don't know quite what I want to do, but I know I want to do government contracting. Can you help me? No. I'm saying? I got a multi-million-dollar operation I'm running over here. I ain't got time for no charity cases. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at the agency. When I click on the agency right now, you got to understand you're not working with the whole Department of Treasury. Instead, I'm looking and I'm saying, okay, the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, the U.S. Mint Headquarters, the Office of Chief Procurement Officer. These are the agencies this is the office that I'm working with under the agency. The agency, what agency was this? Man, I can't think off the top of my head. All right. Treasury. Okay. So Treasury is the agency. This is the office. So now that I got the office with $2.1 million, I can click right there. And now I can get some names that could be potential people. Now, when you get inside of SB Money Flow, you need to put these people in your FU network. Okay. Because we got to follow up with these individuals. We got to reach out to these individuals at some point once we ready. Once we got all our stuff organized and ready to go, These are the individuals that we're going to reach out to. Okay. So now we got Department of Treasury. We know the agencies that we're going to work with. We know potential businesses that are winning the money that we could partner with potentially, or is going to be our competition. But what we do know is we're going to cheat off of them without a doubt. We're going to cheat off of all of the information that they have showed us is successful already. All right. Now, the next thing that I want to do is I want to come up here to the top and I want to go to federal opportunities. Now, your NAICS code should still be sitting in there. So what we're going to look at now is the actual live opportunities that are out there. So it just so happens that we got 4 that are live. Okay. These are funded opportunities and they're ready to go. And they should be coming up for bid soon. So we got a deadline on 4/8, 4/1. We got 2 on 4/1, 1 on 4/11, and 1 on 4/8. It's your duty to click on this link and read through sam.gov to get an understanding of what it's really talking about. I can also see that 3 of the opportunities are set aside for small business only, which is great. 1 of the opportunities are full and open for anybody to get in. I probably wouldn't pay attention to that. You know, big boy is probably looking at that. I don't know. They could possibly not be either. The contracting officer probably just put it out there because they couldn't find anybody to respond. So that could be something. But look at it. Also, if you can see the place of performance, you know, you get an understanding. Can I perform in that location? The solicitation number is right there. So you got all of that as well. Now, when you go to build out your business and you want to make sure that you stay around, we got to do something called creating a pipeline. Okay. So inside of SB Money Flow, oh man, I can't see when it's expanded. You're going to come up here in our opportunity section. Now, you guys are going to have a site that you could put this stuff in the contracts when you find, and it will automate and populate over here. But essentially what you guys want to do is you're going to take all of these opportunities here, all right, and you're going to end up having a pipeline. That's what we call it. It's called a pipeline. Somebody type pipeline in the chat, okay? I need you to remember that terminology, pipeline, all right? I also know when businesses is BSing, I ask, what is the value of your pipeline? And if you don't have no value of your pipeline, I know that you BSing. All right. During your research, we're finding these opportunities. Now, what you should do is you should put opportunities as we're looking right here. Okay. The combined synopsis solicitations. These are live funded opportunities that are ready to go. This is going to put pressure on you and make you respond to opportunities right now. We need to have some of these in our pipeline because you need to get a taste of government contracting. You can't sit on the sideline and keep reading and watching videos and saying, hey, one day it's all going to work out. It's going to come together. This is how you get it all to work out. You have to put pressure on yourself. So we need some live opportunities. And at this moment right now, I really don't care what they're in. They could be in anything, but it's best if you find opportunities in the industry that you already do. Now, if you can't find an opportunity in the niche industry that you already do, you can understand that your customer is Department of Transportation. We can go out, look in some other NAICS codes. Maybe you want to look in some admin work or something of that nature. We could plug that in here. And we're only focusing on the agency of Department of Transportation. Because if Department of Transportation is the agency with all of my money, right? They've been spending $40 million in what I do. The best way to get on their radar is to transact with them. So I don't mind you selling paper to Department of Transportation. I don't mind you selling education to Department of Transportation. That's not in your lane. That's not what you do, but it's a simple opportunity that you can get awarded on. The reason I don't mind you doing it is because you get on the radar with the customer. They got your $20 million. So if I can serve and deliver them with something basic that, proves that you can give me money and I'm not going to trick it away. I'm going to do what you asked me to do and be a good business. It may start at $20,000, something that small. But once again, you start building a relationship, which we can see that the relationship is worth $30-40 million. Now I'm not just playing around like the people on the internet keep telling you to do and just try contracts out. If I'm going to just try contracts out, it's damn sure going to be with the customer that got all of my money. Because why else would I go win one contract over here with NIH and I have nothing else to do with NIH? I just wasted everybody's time for a couple bucks. That's not business to me. We're supposed to be getting wealthy here. So I want to build wealth with the customer that got a bunch of money to make me wealthy. So boom. In your pipeline, we need opportunities in the next 30 days. We have to have some opportunities to put the pressure on us so we can learn government contract. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put opportunities on the pipeline for things of like pre-solicitations. Sources saw it. This is the government's doing their market research. They're saying, hey, is there anybody out there that can perform? Now, I'm not really going to put a lot of these opportunities out here because they're not contracts. And Travis personally don't like doing a bunch of things that don't make money. Okay, so I'm going to have maybe one or two of these in my pipeline, maybe a month or every other month or something of that nature. Now, in the beginning, when I first got rolling, I did these a whole lot more, but I'm just honestly at a different point that we don't do free work. I call this pro bono work for the government. They want me to do their market research and don't pay me for it. I ain't about to do that no more. But this is a great way as a new business to get your name in there, right? And again, we don't just do this for anybody. We doing it for the agency that has all of our money. Now, the next thing that I want to pay attention to, because these are all going to be live opportunities out there, okay? The next thing that I want to pay attention to when I'm doing my research, now we may have to go over to FPDS for this. We're trying to get it all programmed here inside of SB Money Flow, but it's a lot that goes on here. But what I want to do now is I want to go over to a FPDS. Okay, so let's go to fpds.gov, or you can go to usaspending.gov. Don't matter what it is. I'm going to go ahead and drop that NAICS code in there. I'm actually going to change this up, do advanced search. I'm going to do new search, add. We're going to come down here to NAICS code. All right, I want to put that NAICS code in right there. All right, and then I want to do add, and then I want to go to agency. All right. Now, it's key when dealing with the search criteria inside of government platforms that you get the labeling 1000% correct when dealing with the government, because their stuff ain't like Google. And if you put one letter in incorrectly, one word, it'll show you no results. All right, so we got that agency, Department of Defense, with that NAICS code, which again, hopefully we're still in that foam side of the house. Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click on date sign. And now I can see the contracts utilizing that NAICS code that have been signed. The latest one was December 2023, utilizing that NAICS code. But I want to click on view so I can get a better understanding of exactly what the contract was talking about. And hopefully they filled out the description, but a lot of times they don't, right? So I don't know if valve assembly would have to do with the foam. But let's see, we could also put in, I think 150 was the actual one. All right, so we'll put 150 date sign. And again, we're looking right here. So we click on view. We get an understanding. So foam segment. Again, I don't know what that means. Hopefully you would. Explosive. It sounds like explosions right there. I'm always with that. But it's also a bunch of other stuff that you can find out right here, right? So number of offers received. Only one person submitted a bid on this opportunity. I like going after stuff like this because that tells me I got a 50-50 chance of winning. If only one person submitted last time, I'm going to be number 2. So my odds of winning is 50-50. This was completed under a SAP. I remember, somebody beat me up and told me I ain't really doing government contracting because y'all put SAT in the thing. Y'all said simplified acquisition transactions. I don't call it that. I've personally never seen SAT before. We call it SAP, simplified acquisition process. Okay, so that's how I read it. And I just read stuff that come off the government. So I know that this contract was done under the simplified acquisition process, which means there was no bid put out there. This was a direct award. Okay. So I know in order to get this contract, I'm not really looking for it to come out on sam.gov. I instead need to get in front of this customer and maybe they can direct award it to me when it comes out next time. And again, we don't have to compete because it's a simplified acquisition process. All right. So I'm getting all of this information. I get the NAICS codes. I get the PSC codes, place of performance. It's a firm fixed price contract, which means I got to get my dollar amount. And I can see the company that got awarded before. I can see the dollars that was being spent. So I get an idea of $4,200. So what I want to do, if I keep seeing them $4,200 contracts, so I wouldn't look 4 years out before, because these are going through the simplified acquisition process. It don't look like the contracts are lasting for an entire year. So I want to get in front of this customer ASAP and see what they got going on. All right. And when I say the customer, this one would be DLA Aviation, not Department of Defense. We need to get to the aviation department under DLA. All right. So that's how I would start loading that up. Now, what I would end up doing is back here on my pipeline of opportunities, I'm going to have a list of opportunities that are ready to go right now. Then I'm going to have a list of opportunities that are going to be coming out for recompete. Based off of my research, I could see, okay, well, there's 15 different opportunities that should be coming up for recompete, and I can start putting them on my pipeline so I can reach out to the customer and prepare myself for what's to come. Okay? Because it may be a simplified acquisition process that never hits the street. And you'll never be able to see it without doing the research first. And I see they got a whole bunch of foam stuff down here. And as I keep seeing the price, $19,000, $4,000, this industry with foam, you're probably not going to find it on sam.gov. You really need to build the relationships and see, okay, these are the agencies spending the money. I need to start getting in there, shaking hands and kissing babies, because they may have an email list that I need to be on in order to receive these opportunities, because they're not going to pop up on sam.gov. I'm telling you that right now. They don't cost enough. Also, what this tells me is that this can't be just your business phone, because you ain't going to survive. I'm saying $3,500, $15,000, you're not going to survive like this. You're going to have to add something else in here that's going to make you a whole lot more money. Now, maybe it is a contract in here that, is worth a whole lot more, but you need to add some admin work or something else to what it is that you do, because if you stick right here with just selling foam to the government, you setting yourself up for failure. The ticket price just ain't big enough. All right. But once again, majority of these will not come out on sam.gov. Let me take a look at something like this when it has a $0 amount. All right. So now we got the bigger contracts, $250,000. This looks like it may just been a 1-year contract. 11/21 completion date. Yeah, this is not even 1 year. So what I'm saying is this is not like a 5-year contract with option years. I believe this is just like a one-time deal right here. that you could take a look at and pay attention to. But, we got $250,000 towards that thing, and I would have to read more. But radar absorbent material, this was not competed under the simplified acquisition process. There is no set aside that was used for this. And they still only had one person that put an offer in. So this was full and open that anybody could have went after it, but only one person went after it. So again, this is y'all research. If you don't do your research, you cheat yourself. All right. So boom, I'm going to load up my pipeline with those type of opportunities. Now that I got the pipeline for what I do, okay, I got a pipeline of capabilities that my company can perform in. The next thing that I'm going to look out on my pipeline is for contracts that other people can do. Now, what do I mean by that? I'm going to come back in here utilizing the NAICS codes that I want to do. Okay. And I'm simply going to come down here and I'm going to see, oops, where are we at? All right. There's no more. Since it's only 5 opportunities here, only the SBA set aside is live right there. Okay. So what I'm looking for is we're going to start building up opportunities for other people. So if I'm a male-owned company, well, guess what I should be doing? Looking at some women-owned companies. So I'm going to come up here to businesses. I'm going to come right here and do active companies in the last 12 months inside of SAM.gov. I'm going to do women-owned businesses, and then I'm going to go to California. I'm going to select businesses that are doing between $1 million and $10 million. Okay. So there's 2,200 women-owned businesses doing between $1 million and $10 million currently at this moment. There's 9,400 women-owned businesses doing under $1 million. There's 743 women-owned businesses. You know what? I'm glad I'm looking at these statistics. When y'all tell me that you're going to be a billionaire, there's only one women-owned business in all of the businesses doing $1 billion. Just one. I hope y'all are seeing this. Just one woman-owned business. Now, if I take this check mark off, do you guys see? There are only 96 businesses doing over $1 billion. And for some reason, you think that you're going to be a billionaire. Like, it's just, let's stick to $1 million. Do you guys, it's 56,000 businesses that haven't hit $1 million yet. It's 13,000 businesses out of 13,000 companies that are doing over $1 million. So remember, these are active companies and non-active companies. So again, we're going to active. We're going to do women-owned businesses. We're going to come down here to make sure it's between $1 million and $10 million. And then we're going to look at our state, California. Now, we only got 168 women-owned businesses in the state of California that are doing between $1 million and $10 million. So now these are other companies that you could cheat off of. But most importantly, these are the other companies that you should start building relationships with. These are the companies that proved that, they really want to do business. How do I know that they really want to do business? Well, they're making over $1 million to $10 million. These are also the companies that ain't just going to open up the door for you and listen to your sob story. So don't approach them with your story, because I'm telling you right now, they don't care. All right. Now, what I could do is now take that other industry that I want to do, because foam wasn't big enough. I can now look at these companies right here. I can get their NAICS codes of what it is that they do in their industry and understand, well, wait a minute. If this company did $5 million last year, I'm pretty sure they want to do 10. Right. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If this company did $8 million last year, I'm pretty sure they want to do 16. I don't know businesses that make millions of dollars that don't want to multiply the millions that they make. So I'm about to help them for free. Right. Because they're not going to give me the time of a day. They're already making $4 million. They're not about to give me a time of a day to listen to me if I don't bring them business. So now I'm going to go right back here to my little nifty tool SB money flow. Okay, I'm going to take this NAICS code. right here. Let's say I want to do business with them, right? This is my potential partner. I looked them up. Metalax Group LLC. I looked them up. I want to do business with them. Well, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to my home base. I'm going to close this out. I'm going to put their NAICS code in. I'm going to see what money's being spent with them. So they got $728 million that was spent in NASA. Chances are that company is in that whole research and development space with DOD and NASA, just from me looking at the NAICS code. So I got an idea. Guys, I could take this information, put it in Canva, and make a real sexy report. We're doing business to business now. This is not business to government. Business to business is me and you, consumer. We like to see sexy stuff and make it look good. So I'm going to go to Canva and put together this real sexy report of the millions of dollars with the agencies, that got their money. And I'm going to put just enough information there that they know I know what I'm talking about. All right. I may even come right here and tell them the actual office inside of that agency and say, hey, well, this agency spent $720 million in what it is that you do in 2024. And I may even come back here and break it down and put it in a chart for 2023, 2022, so they can see I got the research. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to look for federal opportunities. And I'm going to see, is there anything active right now in their NAICS code? We got some active opportunities right here in their NAICS code. So now I'm going to pull things out. I'm going to go look at sam.gov. I'm going to do all of my homework. I'm not sending them the link to sam.gov and say, hey, here's the opportunity. Take a look at it and see if you could do it. Instead, I'm pulling out what the solicitation is telling me the requirements are, and I'm putting them on my own document. And I'm removing any verbiage or language that tells the customer, like who this actual customer is. I just want to show them what work needs to be done so they can say, hey, I know how to do that work for $720 million. Can you tell me more, Travis? Can you introduce me to the customer? Can you be our consultant? What do we need to do to be a part of your team, Travis? Because you are showing me how we can double our revenue and I didn't have to pay for it. You did all of that research and I got this damn business development team right here that I pay each one of them $80,000 a year, $120,000 a year. And they didn't do research as much as you did. Well, he don't know that I got a tool called SB Money Flow and it only took me a couple minutes. That's not his job to do. I solved the problem that currently they're paying damn near $250,000 in employees to do. I solved it with one email and they didn't even have to pay for it. The payment is going to come through the partnership that we're about to do to execute on this deal. And guess who's going to write the proposal for it? The staff that he pays $250,000 to do. I came in with the research and the opportunities. They're going to sit down at the table with the workforce and do the deals. This is how Travis operates. You know what I'm saying? Some people may do things differently, but this is the only way that I know. I've cheated my way to millions and I've never done the work. I just know how to do sales and marketing, build relationships with good people. And we figure out what needs to be done to get the deal executed. It's that simple. So now all of a sudden I got on my pipeline right here. I got opportunities that I can do. I got opportunities that other companies can do. What ends up happening is when I ask you, what is the value of your pipeline? You can see that it's worth $15 million. It's worth $25 million. And then every day I just like, well, what are you waking up to focus on? See, a lot of businesses aren't successful. They're not building wealth because they won't stay focused. If you got a pipeline with $50 million on here, nothing else in this world matters. I don't care what somebody is doing on the internet. I don't care what events they creating. I don't care what conferences that they popped up. None of that matters to me. This $50 million is sitting right in front of here in my face is the only thing that matters. When you obtain this money, guess what? You could go start your own conference. You got enough money to do it. You know what I'm saying? You could get that feeling that you want it from the internet people. It'll all be right here sitting on your pipeline. And the more that you can focus on this pipeline, the better that you're going to build the relationships to, and you're going to move 10 times faster. Now, what's going to really happen is as you start answering and responding to the agency that got your money, in the beginning, it's going to be tough simply because you've never done it before. But once you start responding to the Army, every time moving forward, once this bad boy gets right here into submitted, every time you move forward answering proposals to the Army, 80% of the proposal will be done. Because the Army is going to ask for the base structure of every proposal is going to be the same way. The only thing you're going to start changing is your technical approach and your pricing, but the main structure of the proposal will stay the same. And this is why I'm telling you guys, if you focus, do your research or your homework and stay with that customer and don't bounce around like these idiots on the internet keep telling you to do, you will learn how to work with that customer and your millions will fall in your pocket. But if you keep jumping around to all of these different customers, you can't get the structure right. The minute you win a contract with the agency, it proves that your structure, the format is correct. So now the next 10 contracts, you can speed through them because you got 80% of it already done. It's just hard right now because you haven't started. All right. So boom, we got all of that right here in SB Money Flow. You should be flying after that. Even when it comes to, if we have these opportunities with other companies, you should have their name right here. Okay. So I should put their name right here with their email in it. And what's going to happen is, in order for me to stay updated with them, hope that's not a real person. I think I turned all my stuff off. Probably is. Hopefully our system ain't emailing them. All right. But anyways, what ends up happening, let's say I need to talk to Paul, right? I just click right up here inside of SB Money Flow, and I only talk to Paul inside of SB Money Flow. I do not talk to Paul anywhere else. Now, what's going to happen is I can send Paul an email. Once I email Paul, I don't want to send it. Let me go back and get y'all a actual card so I don't accidentally send Paul a message. All right, this looks like a stupid one. All right, so now what ends up happening is I could type up this email and say, hey, we need a sub, whatever it is that you want to say. All right, click that send button. And now, no matter if a VA did this, because, I'm a firm believer to have people do work that don't make money. Me sending this email don't make no money. Okay. It gets me to the money. But I've never made money off sending an email like this. And if I'm the visionary, y'all gotta think about this. Like, my brain and my vision has put my company in a situation that we make millions of dollars every year. If I get tired down sitting here sending damn emails out all day long to people asking them like, hey, can we talk? Like, can we do the deals together? I'm wasting my time. I make millions of dollars and I'm sitting down here playing around with an email that don't make no money. I need to pay somebody to do this, right? But the whole purpose of the SB Money Flow system is you could pay one person to just do everything, all the tedious tasks, and you can follow up on them. So now I could just go right here and look at the email that my virtual assistant or whatever did, and I can ensure that she said the exact information that I would want to say. The other beauty about it is as my assistant reaches out to these individuals and I finally get a meeting with the decision maker, I can come right back here and read everything that was said, whether they responded to us or we were sending the messages out. When I get on the phone, I can quickly be updated about the entire conversation, right? Now, again, a lot of it will deal with your processes and procedures of how you communicate with individuals, how you follow up or whatnot. That part you got to build for yourself, but the features are here for you to do it. The other beauty about it If my VA's talking to one of them or things of that nature, man, when did I put all these actual contracts up there? I see people's real name. I don't know if that's their real name or not. But if my team is talking to them and they need to book a meeting, they can come right here to book and schedule an appointment, and this will all go through Zoom. Everybody will get the emails. They'll get alerted a day before the call, 2 hours before the call, 2 minutes before the call. So will I, to make sure that everybody stays on task. When I get on these calls, I'm opening up the card and I'm taking notes right in here, right? I'll take the notes, do whatever, so everybody's staying up to date. And then after I get off or done, there's probably going to be tasks that need to be done. I can actually put the task in right here. Exactly as they're talking, I can put the task, assign it to teammates, to subcontractors, whatever I want to do. This is how you move forward fast. And what's going to end up happening is you're going to have a process that can be duplicated over and over and over again. And now you can get in the streets, shake hands and kiss babies, and you can let your workers do all of the work. This is called the real business. I know a lot of people don't break that stuff down to y'all like that. They just tell you that you can win this money, and they don't really tell you about no business and structure that's in place. And that's because they're not making that type of money that they talking about. I've never seen multi-million-dollar businesses operate without a pipeline. Somebody could say that they could do it, but, through my experience up here in the Washington, D.C. area, all of the businesses that make millions of dollars, we all got a pipeline. And so can you. You can have it today by visiting sbmoneyflow.com. Make sure that you guys check it out. Once again, you can visit travisknows.com. Come here to travisknows.com. You can find out all of the information that we got going on. You can access SB Money Flow. You can join our community completely for free. If you need funding out there and you're struggling right now, we got a whole team. It's not my company, okay? It's not my company when it comes to the money. We've partnered with a company that helps us get money, and I decided to share them with you guys. So you can click right here, and they'll really work with you to find out what is the best funding option for you. It could be credit cards. If it is credit cards, they'll hook you up. If you don't have your books in order, QuickBooks is right here. I told you, you get a deal. Matter of fact, what is the deal for QuickBooks? All right. You get 30% off of QuickBooks for 6 months when you use that link right there, so you can take advantage. I also made a comment about the Amex credit card. I'm a big fan of Amex. You can come click right there. Get your Amex credit card today. And if you guys have not yet really scale your business and to put the right systems in place, I highly advise you guys take Connie S. Fall's Systems in a Day workshop. When you guys learn how to do the Systems in a Day workshop, it just helps it a whole lot easier when it comes to building out this tech with like SB Money Flow and things of that nature. You'll know exactly what to build out because you'll have it all written out. And that's one of the challenges that we have with our small business owners. They don't write out how their business should be operating, and it just makes everything 10 times harder. Also, remember, you can visit dollars2cents.com. This is the link to our podcast here. You can join our community there. If you would like to be on the live show, you could actually come to contact us, and there will be directions on how you can contact us if you have a product or service you would like to sell to the community. We have absolutely no problem with that, but we vet over here. Can't just know anybody come on my shows, whether you guys have seen it or not. I protect my audience, and a lot of y'all are scamming, and y'all just ain't got good business. So if you think that you're going to try to come on here and scam, I got another thing for you. I vet everybody. But if you are legit, okay, you do got a good product or service for my people that can help them out, by all means, we do want to bring you on the show, but you're also going to share that revenue with us too. Don't think that, I'm not a charity case. All right. I've taken a lot of time to build my audience up, and I ain't just giving it out for free. If you want to capitalize off my audience, I'm going to capitalize with you because I can capitalize off my own audience. All right. And I'm pretty sure whatever you about to talk about, I already know how to do it anyways. I just don't talk about it because my audience ain't ready for everything that I know how to do. But again, you can come to the contact us page And you can get all of that. If at any time you want to get on our live show and ask questions without typing it, you can always do that as well by clicking right here on Ask Your Question Live anytime we're live Tuesday through Thursday. If you guys have any questions about anything that I went over today, make sure you drop them in a chat. I have absolutely no problem answering your questions while I'm here. But if you ask me a question in my DM after I get off live, that is when I got a problem, because I'm right here for free, answering all of your questions. So why not just ask it here? Don't ask me in my DM later on, because I'm telling you, I'm not answering. I'm not the charity case.
It's just different.
I did that stuff long enough. All right. Now, before you guys think about purchasing anything with me at all, if you're still questioning, is Travis the right guy for me? If your gut is still a little bit shaky, well, my answer is don't buy nothing from me. I don't want you to buy not one thing from me if your gut is still asking, is Travis the right person? Instead, what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead, screenshot this QR code. I want you to join me over on Instagram, official Travis Davis, and I'll try to put everything in my story so you can learn about the type person that I am, and you'll realize I have no sympathy. Like, I don't want to be hearing them stories or whatnot. But come learn about who I am before you click a button and join anything that I got going on. And when your gut tells you that I'm the right person and I'm not trying to scam you or whatnot, only when you feel comfortable do you click that button to purchase anything that I got going on. We don't do refunds over here, and we don't have no pity parties for anything that happened to you. I don't care. It's business. There's going to be learning curves that happen. Definitely if we're talking government contracting and tech. Like, we're not going to just build your business out for you. We're giving you the tools and the resources for you to do the work. If you want us to actually do the work to build out your business, well, you got to pay a different price tag for that one. Okay. But by all means, we have the tools to help you out. And I tell you guys, all the education right here for free. When you put them together, you should become a millionaire. All right. But again, before you do that, join me over on Instagram. Get a little understanding about who I am. For all of our videos and training, they're sitting right here on YouTube. You can always come back to the YouTube channel, rewatch every single video that I've been making over the last 3 years. They're all sitting at this Carla lady is killing me. If I get one more, well, let me not even say that because they're just going to keep coming. But anyways, you can come over to my YouTube channel. You can watch all of my previous videos right there. They will be coming down. I'm not sure the exact date of that, and I'm going to be putting them in that private community that I've been telling you guys to join. But by all means, the videos are here right now. Once again, screenshot that, get back to the YouTube channel, dig in. When you get a video that dropped a nugget, I just ask you to screenshot and share it with your audience and tell other people, y'all got to come hear what this guy is talking about, because I'm on a mission to clean up our community. We got to give our community some legit information here. We got to change what's going on here. And the only way to make that happen is with your support. You guys keep sharing this channel out, telling people about what we're doing over here, and it's growing because of each and every one of you guys. So please continue to keep helping me grow that thing out here. Don't forget, Tuesday through Thursday, we are here live on, oops, that was the wrong one. Tuesday through Thursday, we are here live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time zone. Tuesdays are dedicated to the mindset and business. Wednesdays is government contracting, and Thursdays is our tool SB Money Flow. So make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel so you can get alerted when we do open up those rooms here. All right. Whew, that was a lot right there. Let me see. Do I got any questions here? Can we acetose next? Can we do? I don't know what that is. I don't know what I'll be doing next time. You know. Matter of fact, I need to get somebody on board that can schedule out all these shows. I don't know what I'll be talking about every time. Yeah, whatever pops into my head at the moment is what I talk about. So I don't want to promise you that I'm going to talk about that next time. What software is this? SB Money Flow. I'll put it in the chat. www.sbmoneyflow.com. I'm telling you guys, you won't need not one other tool. You can get rid of all your other tools. Any Acuity for scheduling, you don't need that no more. Not Canva, we need Canva. ClickUp, Asana, Notion, we can get rid of those. Any email software that you got to blast emails out, we can get rid of that. Your website builder, we can get rid of that. You just need this tool. This one tool will help every small business out. So check it out, SB Money Flow. Just apply for my cage code at Sam. How long will it take? I don't know, maybe 30 days or something. I haven't applied for a cage code in a long time. I can't quite remember the exact time frame, but stay on top of them. I'll tell you that. Make sure that you there's a help desk number on sam.gov. I'm pretty sure they're still backed up too. But if you don't hear nothing in 30 days, I would definitely stay on top of them. All right. Cool. I don't believe I see any more questions. Yes, Calendly. We can get rid of Calendly, which I think this is this is like my favorite feature here. I'll show you. So here with SB Money Flow, we actually set up these calendars, and you could have as many calendars as you want, but we've already pre-programmed some calendars for you. So you don't need that Acuity scheduler or any of that stuff anymore. Instead, you set the parameters. If you want 30-minute calendars, 15-minute calendars, hour, 2 hours, I'll actually show you my live ones. So when people want to meet with me in person, like here in Washington, D.C., I got my 2.5 hour in-person session for a calendar that there's only certain days of the week that this is available at certain times of the day. And I program that in here, as well as when you look at it, so you could actually embed your calendar wherever. You can make a one-time link to your calendar, all types of things that you could do with your calendar. But you can also set this bad boy up to where they got to pay, right? So in order for them to book a live one-on-one session with me, it costs $997. And once again, they'll pick the time frame, the date that they want to do the meeting. And as you guys can see right here, I actually will be on vacation April 20th through the 26th. So it already has blocked out everything to know, like, hey, it's impossible for me to have a meeting because I won't be here. But they select the time, boom, and they got to put all of their payment in right here before they can even schedule this call. And that's why I'm saying you can get rid of all those other softwares. You don't need no more softwares. This is the only software that you need. And if you want and have a team, like I got a team, right? So my onboarding calls, this is a round robin situation. So whoever's available next is going to get the call. And if you want to set it to like where, nobody's getting overloaded, everybody gets a ticket at a time, you can set that, or you can set it to the next available, whatever. The sky's the limit. Whatever calendars you want to make, we got it right here. As I say, you get rid of all them other softwares, man. We don't need none of that stuff. We make this stuff look real professional now. And we're adding other stuff. So if you got like a restaurant right here, you could actually create a menu right here through your calendars. If you got equipment and stuff that you want to reserve and rent out, we got that. If you got rooms, you're doing a podcast, or maybe you got real estate, you got a event space or whatnot, you can set your calendars up right there, group calendars. I mean, we're continuing to expand our capabilities on what it can do to help out our small business owners right here. But by all means, that's what I'm saying. All you're going to need is just this one software. Yeah, today. All right. With your software, do you get prompts that you showed in the basic plan? So in the basic plan, you will get some prompts. In our basic plan with our Pure Money AI, you get a few of these prompts right here. I got to actually look and see exactly which prompts that you get. But you get I'm pretty sure that we did like a social media as well as a lead magnet generator and an ad copy. I believe that's what you're going to get with the basic plan. And you get the prompt library for the government contracting stuff. So all of that is going to come with the basic plan. When you pay in full, you pay the annual price for SB Money Flow in full. You're not paying the monthly subscription for the Elevate plan. We'll include the entire Pure Money AI in here, the full access of it. You'll also get full access to our Ad Master Pro when you pay the SB Money Flow Elevate paying annual price. So Ad Master Pro will enable you to run ads with just a click of a button. We've already set up a bunch of ads that we know that work. So literally whatever your niche is, once you get your Facebook ad account set up, I'm pretty sure, I mean, if you got a niche that we haven't done, tell us, and I'll have my team work on an ad for you. But if you're in the education, well, I guess all of those are the ones that I made for me. But let me show you guys ones that are for others. So let's do food and drink. All right, so if you're in that industry, the food and drink, and maybe you got a restaurant, okay, well, we have all of the ads for a restaurant already created for you guys. So you can actually just come here, find the ad that you like, click the button, select, and you can run this ad, put your dollar amount, hit launch campaign, and the ad will be running to your website, funnel, or whatever within a matter of seconds. And if you need to change the picture or the words of it, instead of me teaching you guys how to go through Facebook and all of that, you don't have to worry about that. Just click this button. Change the image to whatever you want to do. You could choose one of our templated images that we already got right here. And if you need to change the words, you can sit right here, change the words real quick. But the moral of the story is about speed. Change that, hit launch campaign, and your ad is up and running in a matter of seconds. So we got all of that inside of SB Money Flow. Now, we got a lot with SB Money Flow. You don't need every feature that we talk about. I'm highly advising you don't try to learn every feature that we talk about. You need to understand that this tool is powerful, that you will get to a point that you can utilize every feature, but you're not going to have to pay more softwares. Just this one fee for this one software will give you the capabilities to scale and grow your business. And when you get to that next point, you'll already have it sitting right there and ready to go.
It's just different.
That's the moral of that right there. All right. So hopefully I answered your questions on that. I don't believe I see any other questions in the chat. Y'all drop a fire emoji down there in the chat if you guys picked up anything that I put down today. If you learned a nugget from today, drop a fire emoji down there in the chat. That's the only way that I understand that you picked up anything that I put down today. Also, don't forget, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button and share this video out. Not any other videos. This video right now, if you got any value out of it, share this out with at least 3 other business owners, entrepreneurs tonight. Not tomorrow, but tonight. So they can pick up this information. Then jump over to the YouTube. Start watching more training videos. And once again, when you get a nugget from one of those videos, make sure that you like it and share it with another entrepreneur so they could get a whole new form of education and change their lives. Once again, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me here today. Make sure you join us on Clubhouse as well if you have not. If you need to get that mindset right, if you need to start believing, I'm highly, highly advising you guys jump on our Clubhouse room each and every morning, 8:35 a.m. Eastern time zone. I'm going to put the link in our community too for our Clubhouse room so you guys can get to Clubhouse faster. So join our community. You'll be able to get that link for our Clubhouse rooms at 8:35 a.m. Eastern time zone. And if you're a person that isn't comfortable with talking yet in front of people, like if you're still a little shy and you still a little iffy, you need to be on that Clubhouse room in the morning. Because if I can't get you to get that God-given gift out, which is called your voice, if I can't get you to start using your own voice, I can't get you to $1 million. So we're breaking that ice right there each and every morning, Monday through Friday, you get to practice in front of live people, in front of an audience in the community that we with you. We here to protect you. We ain't gonna talk about you and laugh at you. We may get a couple giggles in here and there. We just a goofy group, but it's out of all love. So come over there in the morning, practice on utilizing your voice. Let other people hear it. And I'm telling you, your whole life is going to get changed. Each and every morning, Monday through Friday at 8:35 a.m. Eastern Time Zone on Clubhouse. Once again, I love and appreciate each and every one of you guys. We will be back here tomorrow talking about SB Money Flow. I don't know what I'm going to talk about in it yet, but we will be here talking about it for sure. And it won't be the government contract, and I'll show you some of the other features that it'll do. I may focus on the calendars tomorrow so you guys can see exactly how these calendars. Yeah, we're probably going to do the calendars, and I'm going to show you how I created a whole help desk out of SB Money Flow. And you guys can see how you can create a help desk for your own business utilizing SB Money Flow. So tune in for that. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. I love you all. Stay blessed. And don't forget, tell others about what we're doing over here. Talk with you later.